went on maternity leave, my workmates and I played a game of who can guess my baby's date of birth. There were a lot of guesses from our baby shower, with September 9 being the most popular. However, the correct answer was August 28. And surprisingly, one of the doctors I work with got it correctly, so I got her a small bottle of wine, chocolate, and a card. On this video, I'll talk about my labor and delivery experience here in New Zealand. So grab a pen, take some notes, details up next. At this stage, we have already prepared our hospital bag, and I will download a list of the contents. Before I talk about the contents of our hospital bag, if we are just meeting, kia ora, my name is Binibining Veronica. I am a Filipino Kiwi nurse living in New Zealand, and on this channel, I talk about nursing and life in New Zealand. So if you're new here, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. Salamat po! For your reference, I packed 2 hospital gowns for myself. Hospital gowns will obviously be available for you, but I just packed some because I have them. Also bring day clothes suitable for breastfeeding, bras and breast pads, underwear, slippers, soap and face cloth, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, brush, maternity pad, wheat pack, mobile phone and charger, pen and paper, strepsils, and other medications. For baby, we pack nappies, singlets, nighties, booties, socks, hats, beanies, wipes, washcloths, and a car seat. Now on to the big day. I woke up around 6 o'clock in the morning because I felt some contractions in the lower section of my abdomen. I began texting my friend who gave birth a year before, and she gave me a summary about the phases of labor, which I quickly reviewed. Anyway, around 9 a.m., I had like a mucus plug discharge and some blood. And then the contraction started to move from the front portion of my abdomen to my sides, to my back. It was really painful. The contraction lasted for about 20 to 40 seconds, about 5 to 8 minutes interval. And yes, all the details are very specific because I was actually using an app to track my contractions. I don't know, it just gave me some control of what was happening. My husband went out that morning to have his car serviced, and he also went for a haircut, so I was alone at home trying to endure the pain, and I was basically entertaining myself by binge watching Love It or List It and some HGTV shows about house hunters. Around 2 p.m. I had 10 contractions in 1 hour, and the contractions lasted for 45 seconds with 5 minutes intervals. It became really uncomfortable, so I rang my midwife, and lo and behold, she was actually out of town. I think she was on her way to Auckland to visit a relative or something like that, and I thought, how about me? I wasn't sure what was going to happen to me, and I was in a lot of pain at this stage. So anyway, my midwife handed over my case to a backup midwife, and we were just texting each other at this stage. By the time my husband finally came home, I was in a lot of pain. So anyway, he prepared a bath for me. I soaked in the tub and just kept doing deep breathing, but the pain was like, it felt like waves hitting you. Yeah, like it will subside and then you will feel it again. Around 5 p.m. I had to call my backup midwife because my contractions are getting longer, the intervals are getting shorter, and my bag of water broke. The backup midwife said, don't worry, it's your first baby. I don't think we have to go to the hospital just yet, but I'll come visit you at home to check you anyway. But at this stage, I really felt like I was going through labor because, I just could feel the symptoms of an active phase of labor. Anyway, he went to our house around 5:30, and lo and behold, I was fully dilated. So off to the hospital we went. We got to the hospital around 6 p.m. and got admitted to the delivery unit. It did take another hour and a half of figuring out the position that will help best with the delivery. I tried the tub there as well, but ended up just going back in bed. In terms of pain relief, because I arrived in the delivery unit fully dilated, they couldn't really offer me pethidine, morphine, or fentanyl injections or epidural. So I only used Enthanox. The Enthanox didn't really take the pain away, and at least in my experience, it didn't help with the labor pains. I don't know, maybe I was using it incorrectly. For me, it didn't really help with the labor. However, the Enthanox did help when the midwife was taking out the placenta, and it did help when the midwife had to suture my perineal area because I obtained a 2nd-degree laceration. So anyway, after an hour and a half in the delivery unit, we finally welcomed our gorgeous bub! I was so surprised to see her full set of hair and her eyes wide open. I lost 600 mils of blood during the delivery, and they do not routinely do episiotomy here in New Zealand, and I did end up with a 2nd-degree laceration that required suturing. Ouch!
We named our daughter Arabella, and on delivery, she weighed 3.1 kg and was 49 cm long. Shortly after birth, she's had her vitamin K injection, full physical examination, including newborn metabolic screening, newborn hearing screening, and red eye reflex check. Didn't have to pay for anything, however, we had to make sure that she was safely secured in a capsule for transportation.
For expecting moms or dads out there, if you are keen to know more about needed skills for labor and birth, I will upload these 4-page toolkit from Parent Center, and you can download it on our Facebook group, Notes by Veronica. In my experience,
I have a relatively healthy pregnancy. I even had a gender reveal party, a baby shower, and my husband and I went baby mooning in Australia for a few days. I did go on maternity leave at 37, 38 weeks, and I have enjoyed the last few days leading up to the big day.
in my experience, enduring the contraction and pushing during the last phase of labor was really exhausting. I didn't think I can actually do it, but our backup midwife was really good. She said, "Here, touch her head, she's coming out, I promise." And when I held her in my arms and played with her little fingers, I knew right there and then that I'm in love. Mind you, there were also a lot of things that were going through my head at that time. How am I going to survive being a young parent in a different country with no other relative other than my husband? But you know, we just put one front in front of the other. And before we knew it, we were already celebrating our daughter's first birthday. I have some videos up there if you want to have a look. And we've recently celebrated her second birthday at home because of the lockdown restrictions. In my future videos, I hope I can show you more of our life here in New Zealand as Filipinos and New Zealand citizens, as young parents, and as healthcare professionals. As always, I wish you all the best with your journey, and I hope you will be blessed. I'll see you soon. Bye! If you reached the end of this video without skipping, then please put down a heart emoji in the comment section below so I will know who you are. Thank you so much. Take care.